So in this video, we are going to be talking about my favorite topic under the sun, right? Systems and patterns, right? See, the world is governed by universal systems and patterns that happen each and every single day, right? The moon literally rotates around the Earth every 21 days in a specific system, in a specific pattern, right? Every single day the sun comes up in the east, it sets in the west. Right? Another pattern. The market is literally nothing other than chart patterns. When you see a break and retest, you're literally seeing one side of the market get in and the other side of the market get stomped out, right? So the whole world is governed by patterns, right? The way you speak's a pattern, right? The way you go to work's a pattern, right? The way you talk to your family, cook dinner each and every single day, it's almost like it's Groundhog Day, but in reality, life is nothing other than systems, habits, and patterns, right? So today in this video, I want to break down a very simple way, right, to understanding and building the correct systems and patterns to becoming a consistently profitable day trader, right? So there's this new tool I'm working on for my team, right? It's called the HBT Cross, right? And what it is a visual presentation, right? It's a little tool right here that you're going to see that's telling you to either go long or to go short, right? So to do this properly, you have to first develop specific criteria, right? That every time you see this criteria, boom, you fire off into a trade, right? So let's back it up a little bit. Why am I doing this, right? So when I first started trading, I had the notorious problem of having no system, bad habits, and no patterns, right? I would literally get in and out of the market on a whim, right? Just because of the way I was feeling or what I thought was going to work for that day, right? Extremely inconsistent. And guys, this is what kills 99% of day traders. They have no system, they have bad habits, and they have horrible patterns, right? See, your current results is a byproduct of whatever system or habit that you have or do not have. Think about it. You either have a system that works, or B, you have a inconsistent system that's giving you the consistent outcome of bad results, right? So it's up to us to develop the proper approach that's repeatable, that you have confidence in, that you built conviction with, so that you can execute properly every time you see it, right? So today, this video is going to be a little bit different, but I'm literally going to break down the exercise and how I develop the confidence, control, and conviction to execute properly on this new strategy, right? So the strategy is called the HBT crossover, right? And now what goes into this strategy, right? Because we need that specific criteria, right? So number one is the critical level. You gotta trade off the critical level. The critical level, which is the pit number, either the previous day high, low, open, and close. Okay, so this strategy is more, I'd say it's more focused on open print, because this strategy, right, all this data I collected is literally only from 9:30 to 12 Eastern, right? So the first 3 hours of the market, right? I'm more focused on the open, right? The critical level, right? Either open print, which is more likely the case in this study, and then the EMA cross, right? So we have a specific certain EMA cross that goes into this strategy, and then the 50 EMA. You have to be closing either above or below it, right? So that is the four main components or factors of this strategy: trading the open, using the critical level, the EMA cross, and the 50 EMA. Okay, cool. So what I did here, right, and this is what I do for everyone on my team, because how much I care about everybody learning to trade this way, right? See, once again, one of my massive issues was trading in an inconsistent fashion, right? I had no system, I had no pattern, therefore I was systematically and habitually getting bad results. See, your current results are a byproduct of your system, even if it's no system. A no system is a bad system, right? So what I wanted to do was create, and you'll see over here in my Discord, I literally do this for each one of my strategies, right? The end of day, right? End of day break and retest, right? So what you're going to see here is over a year and a half of trading data that's been logged every time we see an end of day break and retest, right? EOD, break, retest, boom, right? Literally do this every single time I see it, right? With reasons to get in and out of the market, right? Because guys, this is the only way to build that confidence, control, conviction. It's not about trading for a long time, right? You could literally trade for a long time, but you could trade the wrong way with no self-accountability. And what happens is then you start to get bad results. You start to get extreme anxiety, right? Probably the main reason why you get the anxiety you do is because you haven't put this type of work in, right? Until you put this type of work in, of course you're going to trade with anxiety, right? Because you have no conviction, right? You weren't competent enough to put the work in and build the confidence. This takes a lot of work, right? So guys, if you're not up for it, skip this video right now. Right? So what I did was do this for our new strategy and for the month of September, right? And what I did was I went through the last 22 trading days and identified every single time we got our criteria, right? See, notice here, open print, right? We break below it, we retest it. There's the HBT indicator giving us a downward sell signal, right? We're closing below the 50. It's in the morning. That would be a short play for us. Successful, right? Here's another one. Beautiful, beautiful example of our trading strategy right here. Open print. Price falls below it. This purple line right here is previous day low, right? Price shoots up above previous day low, back above open print. We close above the 50. We come down. We test open print. Whatever candle that the HBT cross is signaling, your stop loss needs to go directly below that candle, right? So that would be a long signal, stop loss below this candle, capture the move to the upside, right? That gray line right there is end of day, right? Beautiful move. And you're gonna see here, this first one, right? Little unorthodox, but it still worked, right? We get open print right here. I would not have long this. Why? Because by the time I got in this long, my stop loss would have to be below. So I would probably sit this one out, right? And then price then falls below the 50, below open print. We come up, we retest it. That would be a short for me with a stop above open print. Capture that beautiful move down to end of day, right? So once again, went through, gathered all this trading data here, and ooh, this is another beautiful one. I can literally do a video on each one of these, right? And once again, it's a very simple, clear strategy. We have the same components every single time we're entering, and every single time we're exiting, we're targeting that critical level, right? And it's very important to highlight this and go over this over and over so that you build that confidence in your mind, that conviction. This is what we call putting in the reps, right? So price goes on and on. Okay, here's an unsuccessful one, right? Because no system is perfect. I don't want a perfect system. Instead, I just want a system that actually works. It needs to have at least above a 65% win ratio, right? Because once again, once you develop your win ratio, then you dive into your risk reward. How much are we risking to make what we want to make? And with a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio and on a strategy that at least generates 65% win ratio, then you're going to have plenty of money coming in to account for your losses. See, once again, this is the work that the 99% don't do. And because they do not do it, they do not have consistent results. See, what I'm really hoping that you guys get from this YouTube video is the fact that, yeah, the strategy is important, but what's most important is your ability to execute the system flawlessly, right? When you develop a mathematical equation, right? And the market is filled with nothing other than patterns, systems, and math. So when you develop the right mathematical equation, now it's up to you to execute it the right way every single time. And if you can do that and actually execute your mathematical equation, then, my friend, you will obtain your consistent results. It's not about the golden strategy, right? It's not about getting a winning trade every single time, right? It's about developing a system that you can actually repeat. All right, so here's a loser, right? We got open print, price fires off above it, we get our long signal, we go long or stop below it, we get stopped out. So be it, right? See, and what I love to really simplify this is if you're only losing one candle, right? So you go long on this candle and your stop loss below that candle, you're only ever risking one candle. But on your winners, right? When you take the market long here and your returns 1 candle, 2 candles, 3 candles, 4 candles, right? Then you're making 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles every winner, right? So if you're only losing 1 candle, but on your winners you're making at least 3, 4, 5 candles, guys, once again, consistent profitability, right? It's all about managing your risk and also managing your reward, right? So what I did was go through, do a bunch of examples of this, right? Gathered the data and really was like, okay, with 21 days of trading, how well did this do, right? And how do we do this? Very simple way. Very simple math, right? People think stock market, they think crazy mathematical algebra, calculus, equations. Dude, guys, very simple. Over the month of September, we have 17 wins, 5 losses. The win ratio here is literally 77.27%. So what do? Come back to the Discord and go, okay, month of September, HPT crossover, morning plays before 12 Eastern, win ratio, 77.27% win ratio. Okay, now once again, what's the principles? The critical level, the EMA cross, and closing above or below the 50, right? When doing that, over last month, you would have had a 77.27 win ratio, right? So now that I have that number, what does that number do? It gives me the appropriate evidence to now have confidence in my system. All these traders come to me and go, Josh, I need more discipline. You do not need discipline. You need evidence. Josh, I have so much anxiety when I trade. You don't need less anxiety. You need more evidence, right? Evidence builds competence. Competence builds discipline. Discipline builds consistent, repeatable approach, which then produces consistent profitability. How? Because when October 2nd comes around and I identify my setup, right, which looks just like this, I go, okay, hold on. According to last month, when I see my edge, right, it works 77.27% of the time. So now I have that much more confidence and willingness to trust my system and then get the results, right? So guys, I hope this video helps you understand the power that goes into building the proper systems and building the proper habits, right? And when you develop these habits, then you could approach the market every single day with the same mindset and also understand the fact, hey, this strategy works, but it doesn't work all the time. Remember, risking 1 candle to make 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. Hope you guys like this video. Make sure you share it to someone that needs to hear this, right? Because I needed to hear this for so long. I literally traded without a system for around 3 years, and I literally lost money every single year because of it, right? So literally, share this to someone that needs it. Save it if you need it. Watch it again. Rewatch it, right? And guys, if you want to get involved with a team that puts in this sort of work, click the links below. Trader Bootcamp. Few spots open. 50% off. 12 months full free access to our team. Live trading every single day. Putting in tons of work, right? Guys, it's time to level up. Let's go.